Joining us now is Congressman Anthony Weiner, Democrat of New York, member of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us again.
It's my pleasure.
You said today that Senator Baucus's proposal is, quote, dead on arrival. What makes you say that?
Well, I don't say it with any pleasure. I just can say that if you don't have something containing costs, something providing competition, the public option, for example, in the bill, then it doesn't have the support in the House of Representatives. But it's not just in the House. It doesn't seem to have the support among the President or the public of the United States of America. So after all the time, I'm glad that they put so much effort into it. You know, it is an important part of the process. But frankly, if the bill was intended to move this forward, it really didn't accomplish that.
The reason that I highlighted the procedure by which we got the Baucus bill in our kind of stupid little intro that we did here is because I think it is worth knowing that the Finance Committee, Senator Baucus's committee, did this differently than everybody else did. They tried this experiment of doing this bipartisan committee within a committee, this group of 6. Now that that bill seems to have, or the outcome of that process seems to have produced something that nobody's necessarily going to vote for, should that process just be worked around? Should the whole Senate Finance Committee look at it the way the whole committees and of all the other committees that have looked at it have done so thus far?
Well, let me just correct one thing. I think all of the committees began with the idea of let's try to do a bipartisan bill, but I think in every case we learned that many Republicans, if not all of them, came to the conclusion they want to be no part of actually solving this problem, whether it be for political reasons or just substantively. They don't believe that there's any problem to solve. The problem is with the group of 6 and Senator Baucus is that we can't see bipartisanship as an end. It has to be seen as a means to getting good legislation for the American people. And at no point should we allow the people that simply say, as the Senate minority leader says, we're against it, or as John Kyle, who is the whip of the Republicans, said there shouldn't be a single Republican vote. We can't let those people stand in the way of doing what the American people want us to do. And clearly, whether it be Democrat, Republican, or Independent, people in this country want us to solve this problem.
In terms of what is ultimately going to come to pass this year, and it seems like something will happen, even if we can't say exactly what it's going to be now, do you think that a bill without a public option won't pass the House?
I think that it won't. I think that it won't because I think that fiscal conservatives who say they want to hold costs down will quickly realize that if we just say to the insurance companies, go cover all these new people, but we have no cost containment, it's just going to be unaffordable. I think people who are on the more progressive side who believe that competition for insurance companies makes good sense, I think if you put those two groups together, you've got well over 150 votes in the House who believe in one form or another you need cost containment. Look, let's explain what this is about. If there are 3 parts, one part is covering the uninsured, the second part is making sure that people that have insurance get treated well by the insurance company. The third piece of this is so important, and that's cost containment, or else the other 2 things won't be possible.
Let me ask you about a sticky political wicket here. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says that Senator Baucus's proposal will move the debate forward. She has previously been a real champion of the public option, saying that something without a public option won't pass the House, which is what you just said. Are you confident that she is still an ally for your position on this? Are you confident that the House leadership is still an ally for getting a progressive bill through the House?
100%, because Nancy Pelosi can count. You know, she is our speaker because she understands what's going on in the Democratic side of the aisle, and I think she's got a pretty good sense of what's going on out there in the country as well. Look, this public option is not just a progressive pipe dream. What it is a fundamental element, and to many of us, a compromise. You know, and I've come on your show before to say that I think the way to do this right, to do it least expensively, and to do it most clearly, is to extend something like Medicare for all Americans. I'm prepared to compromise. I'm prepared to say, listen, maybe not an entire government single-payer plan, but there at least has to be some element, some tiny sliver, and that's all that's left. Nancy Pelosi, I think, understands without at least that, there are at least 100 of us, maybe even as many as 150 of us that won't vote for a bill.
Congressman Anthony Weiner, Democrat of New York, thank you very much for your clear statements on the matter, for your leadership, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, I appreciate it. I just want to know if the guy who does the voice of the bill is now in the union. Is that?
We took care of him, don't worry.